Hey guys, welcome to another Texas Bolt Action Battle Report. I'm going to be here with Greg today. He's on his way over. And we're going to be playing a very special game of Top Secret. Once again, Greg's going to be playing as the Commandos, although they're going to be backed up by a little bit of support from the British regular army and a tank. And they are going to be trying to capture this operative, this French resistance operative from the Germans in a very special game of Top Secret. We're somewhere in the French countryside, and this man has very, very valuable information here in his knapsack that could determine the course of the war. So the British are going to be trying to get to him. That he has found himself right in between them and the Germans, who know that he has this information, and he is going to be hoping that he is rescued or he will be captured by the Germans. Let's start with what the Germans have. We have a regular Wehrmacht first lieutenant working with a Waffen-SS first lieutenant, it appears. They probably hate each other. They have their radio man. The Wehrmacht brought with them a couple of rifle squads. One of them has an LMG, and then the rest have Panzerfausts. We have a German sniper that will be giving some support, as well as a German medium machine gun. The Germans will also be supported by this SDKFZ-10 with the light anti-tank gun on top, operating as an armored car, so it's not going to be transporting any troops. And then we have two Waffen-SS units as well that also have a couple Panzerfausts in their ranks and some LMGs. So the Germans are sending out their best. They really want to capture this guy. They really don't want whatever he has to fall into the hands of the Allies. Meanwhile, on the British side, we've got our first lieutenant with a full squad, and you better believe we've got our bagpipes player, Bill Millen. We've also got two small 5-man teams of submachine guns. The Commandos brought with them a medium machine gun as well to give some support. And then they are provided some support by the regular British blokes, two rifle companies, both with Brens, as well as a regular, that's a veteran sniper, so actually we got the Commando sniper with us. And this Sherman tank was culled from whatever it was doing to also support them on this mission. So this guy must be very, very, very important. The British are obviously thinking that this little French hamlet is probably occupied by the Germans, so they're sending along a tank. So whenever Greg gets here, we're going to go ahead and play turn one. There's no deployment for Top Secret, so we'll just go straight into turn one. Everything will be coming off the side of the table. So stay tuned, and we'll let you know what happens. Hey guys, we're back after turn one. So as you can see, our little French operative is still safe despite the Germans and the British both coming on the table. I was saying earlier, I love how he's just hanging out by the church, just saying his prayers as the two armies converge on him. So we'll start with what happened over here. We went ahead and deployed our snipers to start the game off. My sniper was deployed back here in the woods, and Greg's sniper was deployed up here in the bell tower of the church. My sniper took shots at his sniper and missed, so that was that. The Germans brought on two regular squads, or actually, I'm sorry, one regular squad and one Waffen-SS squad up to the back of this house to get in position. There was one regular squad that tried to come on but failed their orders test, so they are off the table. We had this squad roll up here in the woods to start moving up to that stone wall. Meanwhile, the British positioned over here. Actually, there's one other thing I remembered. Meanwhile, over here in the corner, we have a Waffen-SS squad making their way up the flank of the church. And as you can see, they are actually in complete line of sight of that tank over there. So I forgot about those guys. Could have fired at them. Meanwhile, Greg brought his commandos up to this flank. He actually brought regular riflemen up here. He brought the command team up to right here. He put his machine gun in position to cover the target. And then he has one of his machine gun squads up just a little bit further in front of it, and another one here. He ran a rifle squad into the house to help lay down cover. He brought on a Sherman tank to cover the field, and the Sherman tank took shots at the medium machine gun team that was positioned here, but only managed to kill one of them. Meanwhile, we had the half-track roll up and take shots at the Sherman. Missed. Finally, to end the turn, the sniper took out the machine gun. So it killed the gunner, and the rest of the men ditched the gun and fled the field. So Britain 1, German 0, and the operative is still sitting where he was originally. So it's going to be interesting to see who can get to him first. So we're going to play turn 2, and we'll let you know how it goes. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we're back after turn 2. As you can see, the British are moving up into position and setting all kinds of little fire traps for the Germans as they close in on the objective. First thing that I should talk about that happened is the sniper fired from the steeple and hit this squad, killing their NCO. So that squad is now down, but they managed to get their morale test passed, and they moved up here. They fired at this veteran squad, which had moved out into the street, and put a pin on them. That squad also took fire from this SS squad with the light machine gun, so they also managed to put fire on them. The SS squad over here got out of the way of the tank, but that didn't really matter because the tank had other fish to fry. Early in the game, half-track took a shot at the tank, trying to kill it, but it missed and it exposed itself to the tank. The tank fired back and managed to immobilize it. So it now has 2 pins and it can't move. The tank unloaded its machine guns on this squad out here in the open, or well, actually they had hard cover, and managed to kill a few of them and take a pin. And then the squad also took fire from Greg's rifle unit that was in this building, and managed to kill another squad of them, or another member of their squad. So, but the Panzerfaust are still there. They're pinned, but they're still active. So hopefully they can get it together in this next turn to take out that tank. Meanwhile, officer team moved behind this building. He's very aware of the sniper in the steeple. Meanwhile, over here we had a machine gun position itself a little bit better, so it now has full coverage of the target. We had the officer team move up and try to take shots, but was out of range. And then we had this regular rifle team move up here to help cover this flank. So they are in sight of the Waffen-SS over there. So we still haven't made contact with the operative, but they're closing in fast. So let's go ahead and play turn 3, and we'll let you know how that goes. Stay tuned. Hey guys, we're back after turn 3. As you can see, the Brits have closed with the operative, and it was actually this submachine gun squad that made first contact, but they were whittled down by fire from these guys and these regulars over here, and they ended up being whittled down to just 2 men. So Greg ran up his officer team and handed the operative off to them, so these guys will probably be left to provide some covering fire. And the British will probably spend this next turn trying to get him off the table. Meanwhile, though, the Germans decided to make a little foray into the backfield here, and they took shots at this squad. They killed one man, pinned him, but this squad advanced, returned the favor in kind, and managed to kill one man. But we have some regulars staring down some veterans right now, so we'll see how that plays out. Officer team went down because people over here are taking fire. This squad took fire from the medium machine gun team over here, as well as the tank. These guys took fire from this squad over here and managed to get pinned. So we have the reserve squad. So I don't know, I forgot to mention earlier, but this squad didn't make it onto the table last turn. They went down. They also went down for the first turn, but they finally got onto the table this turn. So they're hoping to get across the field and get a shot at that tank. Meanwhile, this squad fired both of their Panzerfausts at the Sherman. Both of them missed. So they are now not, they have no anti-tank ordnance. The half-track could not get its orders or its shit together to pass its orders test, so it's still hanging out there. And that means the Sherman just decided to ignore it, and it moved on. So the Sherman's headed down the way. Like I said earlier, it took shots with pretty much everything it had at these regulars over here, the men that were closest. So there's that. Meanwhile, Greg pulled back his submachine gun squad that he had stationed right here. So it'll be interesting to see what his plan is there. Meanwhile, the sniper took shots at this squad but didn't hit anybody. My sniper took shots across the field at these at this submachine gun squad and managed to take one out. So, or actually no, you know what? It put a pin on it, and then and that was that. So, so it's looking like the British have the upper hand now. They have the operative. They have made contact, and their next step is going to be to try to get him off of the field. So we will go ahead and play turn 4, and we'll let you know how it plays out. So stay tuned. All right, guys, we're back after turn 4. As you can see, the British have grabbed the operative. They are spiriting him away, and they are a mere 8 inches, give or take, to getting him off the table. So 8 inches to glory for the Brits. I'm sure the operative is very pleased to be going with the Allies instead of the Germans. I'm sure the Germans would have rather just shot him in the head and left him on the field, because that's what Nazis do. Anyway, okay, so let's go over what has transpired. Basically, the Brits they took their operative, they moved across the field. The first thing that the Germans did to react was assault the regular squad, as you recall, that was right here. The Waffen-SS won that assault, but they took casualties, and they resolved, and then they took fire from this machine gun team, which hopped over the wall. And didn't manage to kill anybody, but did manage to pin them. So even though the British are getting off the table, they are still in vicinity of these Waffen-SS, and as you can see, they all have assault rifles, so that will possibly be an issue next turn. This squad fell back, took shots, or what was left of that squad, fell back, took shots at the Waffen-SS, missed. This regular squad did the same. Also missed, and then they also took fire from the sniper as well as this squad right here. We had this squad just advance forward because that's really all they could do. The half-track is basically helpless, couldn't do anything. This squad fired both of their Panzerfausts at the tank, but both of them missed, so that was pretty much all the anti-tank ordnance there. Machine gun fired this way at this squad and didn't manage to hit anybody at all. The sniper also tried to fire at them, but also missed. And then the final thing that happened was we had the standoff with the Sherman tank that advanced down the road, pivoted, and emptied all of its guns into this squad, killing one and pinning them. So those veterans are holding fast. And we're going to go and play this last turn and we expect to see a British victory here, but we'll let you know how it goes, so stay tuned. All right, so we're back at the bottom of this turn, and I pulled my Waffen-SS around here, and I took shots at Greg's officer team, and I whittled him down to 3. But Greg has decided to assault me, so we're going to do a rare thing that we don't do very often in this video, and we're going to let you actually see the assault. We're going to play it out. So we've got 5 veteran commandos here, all with submachine guns, and then we've got 4 Waffen-SS fanatics here, all with assault rifles, and they're assaulting each other over this wall. So Greg's going to go ahead and roll his die first, and every hit that he gets to roll another one. So, yeah, 5 dice. Needing 5s to hit me. So we've got 2 hits, so you get to roll 2 more dice. 2 more dice. And 1 more hit, so that's 3 hits for Greg. All right, so I'm going to roll my Waffen-SS now. I've got 4 dice, so I'm going to roll those. And I got 2 hits as well, so I get to roll 2 more dice. And I got 1 more as well, so that's going to be 3 for each team gone. And as fanatics, it counts down to the last man, and that is the last man. So that's going to be a win for the Brits. So Greg could have used that turn to run the officer off of the table, but these being Nazis that reared their ugly head in his backfield, he just felt the need to put them down, because that's what you have to do with Nazis when they rear their ugly head. You got to just put them down. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and pull the next dice. You want to go ahead and pull the next dice and see if it's green? And it is not. It's German. So we're going to go ahead and keep on with this turn, and we'll let you know how it turns out. So stay tuned. All right, guys, we're back after turn 5. So pretty soon after that, the Waffen-SS pulled a die. They tried to grudge kill the tank, and they only managed to stun it. I'm knocking steeples off the church there. Meanwhile, this squad advanced out. They fired at this squad, put a pin on them and killed 1, as well as this squad that did the same thing. So just a lot of grudge kills over here, because the British pulled a die after that and got their officer team off the table. You can see them here just leaving, just getting to safety. So the Allies will be taking home the operative, and he has information that can influence the outcome of the war. So I assume the Allies are going to win the war now, which is which is good. But yeah, that was the battle. So we hope you guys enjoyed this. Not a whole lot else happened after that. So anyway, yeah, it was a fun battle. If you guys are enjoying the commando raids, please let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to see something else, let me know. I'll do my best. We have a very special battle coming up for you very soon. We're going to be doing a fight in Tunisia. Something that's kind of like themed after Taburba. It'll be on this table, which is a green table, but if you look at photos of Tunisia from that period of time, from the early part of the war, Operation Torch, you'll see that it was actually pretty green. Anyway, we hope you enjoy this, and just let us know what you'd like to see in the comments, and we'll keep trying to paint terrain and keep trying to crank out battles for you. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Well, not stay tuned. It's not the next turn. just have a great day. Okay, bye.